Hi everybody, you ever been in an accident? No? Well, what if you might be in an accident someday? Ever think about that? My name is Kevin, I'm a solo driver with Creek Carrier and you're watching The Joy of Trucking. And I want to tell you, I recently put a dash cam in my truck and it has come in very handy, and it made me realize if there's ever an accident, it's, you did this, no, I did this, it's all hearsay. Everybody has a different perspective in a situation, so they all have their own story. But the dash cam tells the truth. It doesn't lie. It'll show you exactly what happened. No questions asked. You can't alter it, and it's not about opinions. It's about what actually happened. So I got to thinking and realized that it's a good idea to have something like that in your car too. I mean, it's important when you're driving a truck. My CDL is my livelihood. If I got into a legal situation where somebody's trying to find fault with somebody, then the dash cam footage comes in really handy. But the same thing really applies when you're driving your car. So I thought about it and realized that maybe a dash cam in the car is a good idea, and why not get the same kind? We're already affiliated with VIOFO, and that's the dash cam I have in the truck, and I trust it. So we got one for the car. So my camera in the truck is a A329WW, and it's specially designed for trucking because there are rear-facing cameras that you attach to your side mirrors, so it gives a view all around. And the one we got for the car is the A119M Pro. It's a smaller unit than the one in the truck. All the same features, the same high-quality resolution and playback, and it's you can connect to Wi-Fi to download, or you've got a USB-C connection for hardline downloading. All kinds of great features. You can set it for when the car is parked. If there's a inertial situation, somebody bumps your car or whatever. Also has motion detecting. Somebody's walking by the car, you can record that if you want to. There's a lot of cool stuff. And this camera has 4K high definition. There's also a little polarizing lens on here. So if you're in a area with a lot of glare, different situation, you get polarized lenses on your glasses, you'll know what I'm talking about. Colors sharpen up, glare is gone. A lot of cool stuff.
When Kevin's out of town, I feel much more comfortable knowing that I have a VIOFO dash cam, because if I have to end up dealing with police or insurance or anything like that, I want proof, not just, I say, she say, he say, hearsay, right? I want to know that I have some proof if somebody else, brake checked me or ran into me or whatever. I'd feel much safer having that proof.
All right, here we got the A19M Pro 4K Ultra HD Mini dash cam. And this is the one I got for Tanya to put in her car. Nice box. The A119M Pro has Sony Starvis image sensors. So combined with HDR technology, it gives you a high frame rate and really clear, smooth, detailed reproduction, even in poor light. And it has 4K 30 foot per second resolution and advanced imaging. Really good picture quality. Also, it has Wi-Fi 6 technology, so it speeds up your downloading. If you're taking the videos and downloading them to your phone wirelessly, you could download like a 1-minute video in 10 seconds, even with 4K. Also, it has HDR tech, which balances bright and dark areas to avoid overexposure and catches even more detail, like license plates at night. So it has 4 parking recording. So it has auto event detection, like somebody bumps into your car, time-lapse photography. It has low bitrate recording and night vision, super night vision actually. And you can set a timer or a voltage monitor so that it doesn't drain the battery in your car when the car is not running. Also, it has voice controls, so it's convenient and safe. You can lock footage, you can turn the microphone on and off, and take snapshots and stuff, all with voice commands while you're driving, so you're not using your hands to use the controls. And it has an ultra precise GPS, quad mode GPS module, which uses a 4 satellite positioning system, and that improves the position accuracy and stability. And it connects to your smartphone either through Wi-Fi or a USB Type-C cable. So here's the camera, and there's the lens of the camera. It rotates up and down a bit, right? So you're mounting it on the glass, which is angled, so it's going to sit kind of like this, and you might not be looking straight ahead, so you can point this thing straight ahead to get the right view. You have to consider where you're going to place it. In the manual, they talk about putting it over here. You could put it up here. I like to put it down here because if it's here, then you've got to deal with wires. Where are you going to put the wires? Are they going to be dangling? Are they going to be a distraction? If it's over here, then you can't see what's on the screen. Like if you're making a recording or you want to check that the camera is actually looking ahead at where you want it, you're not going to see it. The mirror's in the way. You can't put it on this black dot area here that they put into all windshields now, because of course that'll obstruct the camera, right? So we got here, 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 and I think down here. I would prefer that, because here the wire will be down here on the dash. It won't be hanging in front of your eyes anywhere. It will be in a place where you can see the viewing screen on this side of the camera very easily. But down low on the windshield, it's not going to be in your field of view. It's down low. It's like just above the windshield wipers, which is not usually where you're looking. You'd be looking down there if you were watching a kid walk in front of your car. But for normal driving, you're looking pretty straight ahead, a little up at signs, you know, at the windows and so on. So at the very bottom of the windshield is not a bad choice. It has to be in a place that the windshield wipers will keep the glass clean too if it's raining or something. So you don't want it someplace where the wipers just miss. So in the rain, all you're getting is an underwater view, right? Also, I see there's this little bump here on the dashboard, and I'm thinking that might be a kind of a sensor, like to tell the car that it's nighttime or that it's raining or whatever. So I'm not going to put it right on top of that and block that sensor. I'm going to put it a little over to the side here. So in this position, I can see the screen, right? And when it turns on, I know that it's working. I don't have to search all over the place to make sure it's working. And the cord will be laying on the dash. And this, so you stick this block on and you plug in here, and that's supplying power to it with your cord. And if, let's say in the summer it's 110 degrees out, I don't want this thing sitting on the windshield getting cooked. So you can remove it and just leave the sticky part there, and leave it plugged in if you want. You can leave the cord there because it charges through these contacts, right? And if you have the camera off the dash and you want to do stuff, you can still plug in a power supply here. This is a USB-C opening. You can also use that for downloading, like connect it to your phone or your computer. So once this is on the windshield, you don't want to be taking it on and off, but you can remove the camera from this pad. And as simple as lining up these tabs when it's on a windshield. Where are you? Do I have it upside down? Yes. There. That's easier to line up. When you have it upside down, it's wrong. Okay, so what I want to do is actually plug it in and power it up so that I can see what the camera sees before I permanently affix it to the windshield, right? I also want to make sure that it works. So I got to do power, man. So if I had stuck that on the windshield and then powered it up and then looked at the view and thought, oh no, I can't see anything, or it's not working right, or this or that, then I've already attached it to the car, haven't I? So look, they're supplying you with a 12-volt pluggy thingy, and this is your power cord. This car has a 12-volt socket, but it also has a USB socket, so if I don't want to use the 12-volt, I can still just go with the USB. I think I'll use this though because it actually has two connectors. So once I got this in here, now I've got a spare USB port and lots of cord. So I'll put this down here and I'll run this wire later. There is plenty of it. Let's plug it in and turn it on. And this button turns it on the left here. Let's turn the car on. Now we got power. So that 12 volt port only works when the car's power is on. So if we let's say we went to the mall and we wanted to set this up so that it was recording while we're parked, we would need power on all the time. So let me see if the other outlet is on all the time, because there is a USB port here. Actually, and that one might have permanent power. Shut the car off and see if it stays on. Stop. That's a problem.
Well, that's why they provide the hard wire.
Okay, so with the hard wire power supply you wired into the fuse panel of your car, you'd have to wire it directly to the battery, because if it goes through the fuse box, that only gets power when the car is on. Good to know. Power's on. Now, if I wanted to put it
Recording started.
here, what's the view? What's it gonna look like? It's gonna angle the camera a bit. Now I get there. It's just above the hood. Do you like it there? Could you live with that while you're driving? That little box right there. If you put it there, you'll have the view just above the hood, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm wondering if we could maybe come over here on this side of that sensor.
Yeah, so it's less directly in front of you.
Yeah.
Oh, and you know something else?
What?
Instead of plugging into the base, you can plug right into the camera. So the plug is on the side instead of sticking out the top like that.
Yeah, and then if you put it there.
There's your view. Should we go down lower? Should we go down right about there?
Is my hood in there? No.
How about now? You just see the edge of the hood at the bottom of the picture.
Yeah, that's cool. It's good to have the
right there.
Okay,
so
that's
put
good.
It right there, and then it's not in your field of view.
Okay, and then we can plug it in right down here.
There's an outlet here for USB. There's an outlet here for 12 volt.
Right.
We've got another one
we
here.
got another one. Right.
Let's try that. If I shut the car off now, the camera will shut down. Let's try this outlet. If we use this outlet, then it's got power. So
so this one stays on.
So with the one down there, you only have the camera powered when the car is on or running. So if I shut the car off, it will not record anymore. So if you go to a parking lot where you want the camera on while you're away from the car for a little while, you can unplug down there and plug into this one.
Yeah.
But when you get home, take it and plug it back in down there, because you don't want this thing draining power day and night while you're not in the car, right? So while you're at the mall or whatever you're doing, just plug it into this one. and then put it back in there for the rest of the time. That's how we'll do it.
Okay.
So I'll leave you enough cord to move it from down there up to here.
No, from my side, we'll just put it right
Yeah,
right over there.
Yeah.
If we're going to be over here on this side.
But once we've got everything set up and installed and whatever, I'll coil up the excess and tie it so it's not lying all over the car, and leave you enough to go from there to here. That will.
From where to where?
From this lower port down here to this port up here. So that one is for when you're driving, when the car is powered. And this one is for when you're parked somewhere and you're out of the car.
And I want to monitor it.
And you want to monitor.
Yeah, if I feel like I'm in a location where it might be advantageous to have that. Okay, that sounds good.
Power.
And then there is the hardwire option if people want to do that.
There is a kit from VIOFO where you can go from this plug right to your fuse box and hardwire it into the car, so you're not using a USB port.
Yeah. So that's up to individuals.
That's an
what
option.
Their preferences.
That's an option. Look at that picture.
Ooh,
you see
who's that handsome trucker?
Look at that Florida sunshine.
Yeah, that's good. Okay. Now it has different settings, right? So you actually set it on the 4K with high resolution.
You can change it to 4K, 2K, 1080 as your resolution. And it also has some pretty cool software that cleans up the picture even more and gives you a much sharper picture. I was going through a solid rainstorm, and the wipers were going like crazy, but most of the time the windshield was just covered with a sheet of water, and it was still seeing through that really clear. I was pretty surprised when I saw the playback of that. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Cool feature. And you can, like I said, you can, if you want to set this for when you're parked, you can set
Why
it
is
for...
it beeping now?
Protected.
Oh,
Because it just saved a video. It also has voice commands. So if you say something like, hey, save this video, it will do that. So it just interpreted what I was saying as a command. So right now it's saving a minute's worth of video here. And you can change the length of your video segments. So if you want like just 30-second clips or a minute clips or whatever, you can change that too. There's a lot of settings, a lot of stuff you can fine tune. It has a really good GPS too, because of course, you know, when you're doing these dash cam recordings, it's recording your location too. GPS accurate. So you know exactly where the incident or whatever it is you're recording, you know exactly where you were, and the time as well, the time and the date. And that's pretty cool stuff too.
So it records and then it overrides, but you can specifically save segments that will not get then overwritten.
So it's, while you're driving, it's constantly recording. When it reaches the limit of its memory, it'll go back to the beginning and start recording over what was previously recorded. So you've only got so much recorded footage there that you can go back and look at. But if there's something specific you see, like you're like, oh my God, look, there's a pelican eating a snake, you can tell it to save that video in a separate file. They call it locked. It's a locked video. So it's saved. So it will never be deleted until you delete it. It won't get overwritten. So I can use a voice command and say, lock the video. And this button here will show you that it will have it recording. If I hit this big button, can't miss the big button in the middle, that will lock a video. But they also give you a remote. So this is Bluetooth connected to the camera. And I could stick it on the mirror, on the door over here, the middle of the steering wheel. I could stick it on my forehead. So if I see something, I think, well, I better save that, or I want to save that video. All I do is hit that button in the middle, and it will save or lock that recording and put it in a file so it doesn't get deleted or written over. There's also a couple of additional buttons on the side of this box. So you can program them, like if I want to change something, change my resolution, or change the blah, blah, blah. You can say, okay, set those buttons to do this. So while I'm driving, I'm not reaching up here and going through the menu and playing with the phone or anything. I just reach up and tap a button right there in front of me.
But you said it also works with voice command?
and it has voice commands. So you can do a lot of controls just using your voice. The other cool thing is there's an app for your phone, and you go on that app and you can use the app to change settings, to change resolution, to set up your parked mode. You can download from the camera to the app and have your videos on your phone and save them on your phone or transfer them to a computer or whatever. So with that app, you can do all kinds of stuff too. Because what you got here, you've got a menu button and you've got controls and stuff. This is like, you know, you turn on the Wi-Fi, you can turn the microphone on and off, and you're looking at this screen like your menus are all in this screen. But if you're not holding the camera here looking at it, it's not as much fun. With your phone, it's right here in front of you. You can use your phone, swipe, click, download, transfer, all that stuff with the app. And that's a really good feature too. And the screen of my phone is bigger than on the camera.
All right, we have changed sides so that Kevin can install the camera on that side. All right, what are you doing, honey?
Video protected.
In a spot here. Does it look straight? A little cockeyed. It looks pretty straight up and down. It's about 1/2 inch off the dashboard. Okay. Can you live with that there? This wire, all you're going to see of this wire is this right here.
Yep.
Right about there, it looks square and straight. Holy smokes, that's old.
Yes. You didn't say give me a new Sharpie where I can stick the thing in my mouth. You weren't that specific. All right, and we also checked Sharpie marks can be erased off glass because it's non-porous.
That's all I need right there. Okay, I'll keep it straight. I did not want to put the camera here, even though it's in the center of the windshield. It'll be right on top of this sensor right here. And this is a sensor that the car uses to detect how bright the sun is or how much ambient light is outside, so it can dim the lights on the dashboard or dim the headlights, and it also plays into the climate control. So we don't want to interfere with that sensor. That's why I moved it over a couple inches, so it's not right on top of it. Here's our sticky pad. I'm going to put it on the windshield so that we don't stick the camera directly to the windshield. Because what if we get a cracked windshield and we have to replace it, right? And this thing's still pretty sticky, so this thing will stay on the windshield if it gets replaced. That's okay. It's really stuck on there. It's kind of like a little sponge.
Do it so you can still erase the Sharpie marks. You promised me the Sharpie marks wouldn't stay permanent.
Peel this side off. Make sure that's on there really good first. That little mark? It's gone. Did you see that? Good.
Okay. Looks good.
Off here. Right. That's really stuck. Wow. Is the camera right side up?
I hope so.
VIOFO. Okay, let's have a look at the picture. Let's see if we need to adjust the camera angle.
Video protected.
High. Too much dash. Right there.
Beautiful.
All right, you're installed. You're ready to go. Take all this. Look at all this extra cord here. We could have put the thing in the back seat. Hey, is there a plug back here? So,
VIOFO does have rear view cameras too.
yeah. All right. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 12. I'm going to tie this up right here. So it's good for plugging in there. And then when you're driving, take it out of there, put it in here, and the cord lays there, and you're ready to go. Done.
So I will say having the VIOFO Dashcam in the car makes me feel a lot safer, gives me peace of mind knowing that I would have recordings of any incidents that might happen, hopefully won't happen. And so I just want to say thank you to VIOFO and also to Kevin for setting it up for me and explaining, you know, all the advantages of this particular dash cam. I'm very grateful.
The button. Here's a battery for the button and a sticky pad for the button. And the manual, make sure you read that. Here's the button. Here's the extra buttons, programmable buttons you have on the side. If you pull this tab, the battery that's in there will be engaged. So there's already a battery loaded. There's the sticky back. And this is an extra sticky pad like we did on the windshield. So I'll put this on so that it's easier to get that off in the future. And even a spare battery. Pretty nice. Thanks, VIOFO. So we're thinking about right up here, so it's close to the steering wheel. You don't have to move your hand very far. You don't have to go searching for it. Right? Can you see that when you're driving?
Yeah.
It's easy to reach.
Yeah.
Close to all the other controls. So why don't we just put it there?
Kevin,
Yes.
thank you so much for installing the VIOFO Dashcam in my car. I really appreciate it. And it's nice knowing you don't have to worry quite so much about me when you're out on the road.
Yeah, I was glad to put it in here for you, and it'll give me a little more peace of mind while I'm gone OTRing all over the country, knowing that you have that camera there. So if anything happens, you've got the truth in full 4K HD.
Full 4K. And hey, if you want to get one, check the description down below. We put the link in there. Also, the discount code for you. And what else should they do, honey?
They need to give us a thumbs up, put their comments down below, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and wave.
Yeah, only of course if you like the video. And also let us know, do you have a dash cam on your truck, in your personal vehicle? Have you ever had a situation where it has come in really handy? Let us know. And see you in the next video. With love from Kevin and Tanya. Bye.
Bye-bye.